Okay, we're on the fourth page of the review. This is number 13C, and we are trying to solve this equation. So I'm definitely going to have to find an LCD, and that's going to require me to factor. So notice on the bottom, I can factor out an x, and I can factor out another x. And then if I factor that last denominator, it is x plus 5, x plus 1. So when I build my LCD, I take everything from the first denominator. Then when I move to the second, I already have an x, but I need an x plus 5. And it looks like that's going to get everything that I need. So I do also have restrictions. And that's going to be where each of these pieces is equal to 0. So first we have the x. So that'll be 0 and x is 0, so I got to take that value out. And then I look at the next piece, which is x plus 1. That'll be 0 and x is negative 1. So that's a restriction. I can't have a negative 1. And then finally, x plus 5. That'll be 0 and x is negative 5. So that's a restriction as well. So if I get any of those for answers, I do have to throw those out. All right, so now I'm going to clear my fractions. So for each of these fractions, I have to multiply by x times x plus 1 times x plus 5. And I'm going to do that for all three fractions. I don't have a lot of room, but I'll make it work. And then this one as well. All right, so the x and the x plus 1 are going to cancel here. And I'm going to be left with the 3x times the x plus 5. Then I'm going to keep the minus sign. I'm going to move over. The x and the x plus 5 cancel. And I'm left with 2x times x plus 1. And then the x plus 5 and the x plus 1 cancel. And I'm left with x plus 2 times x. All right, so if I distribute, I get 3x squared plus 15x minus 2x squared minus 2x. And here I have to distribute the x, and I get x squared plus 2x. All right, if I clean up the left side, that gives me x squared plus 13x, and that equals x squared plus 2x. Now if I try to put my x squareds together, if I subtract x squared from both sides, they cancel. And I get 13x equals 2x. Then if I try to put my x's on one side, I get 11x equals 0. So I get an answer of x equals 0. But it is one of my restrictions. If I go up and look here, here's my restriction. X can't be 0, and that's what I got. That means I have to throw that answer out. And that was a whole lot of work for no solution. All right, so let's try D. Let me draw a little line here. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing. I want to clear fractions. I'm going to think of my 1 as 1 over 1. And then I'm going to go ahead and factor that last denominator. It becomes x plus 2, x plus 2. So if I'm thinking about an LCD, I need an x plus 2 from the first fraction. I don't really need a 1. Multiplying by 1 doesn't change anything. But when I come over to my last one, I have 2 x plus 2's, which means I need both of them. All right, so my restriction is going to be anywhere where x plus 2 is equal to 0, and that occurs when x is negative 2. So that means if I get an answer of negative 2, I'm going to have to throw it out. All right, so I'm ready to clear fractions. I'm going to multiply each term by x plus 2, x plus 2. And that includes the 1. I can't leave any of my terms out, even though they don't have fractions. So I do this all the way across. All right, so one of my x plus 2's is going to cancel here. and I'm left with an x and the other x plus 2. Now the 1's a little bit of a mess. I get a minus 1 times x plus 2, x plus 2. So nothing cancels there, so that's kind of messy. And then here they both cancel, but I do have to watch this negative right here. It's on the outside, so it's going to go to everything in that numerator, so I do have to distribute that. All right, so if I start cleaning this up, I get x squared plus 2x. Now here I need to FOIL this, so that's going to be x squared. The outside and inside are both 2x, so if I go ahead and put those together, I get 4x. And then 2 times 2 is 4. And then here I have to distribute the negative, and I get a minus 3x minus 2. All right, I got one more negative to distribute. So x squared plus 2x minus x squared minus 4x minus 4. And that equals negative 3x minus 2. All right, my x squareds drop out. If I put my x's together on the left, I get negative 2x minus 4, and that equals negative 3x minus 2. I'm going to get all my x's on one side. I get x minus 4 equals negative 2. And then finally, x equals positive 2. Now remember, my restriction is a negative 2. So if I got a negative 2, I'd have to throw it out. A positive 2 is okay, so I get to keep it.